Statistics from Swedish Embassy in Vietnam showed bilateral trade volume between two countries have topped $1 billion in 2013. The figure rose 30% from 2012 and doubled compared to 2008. Until now, there have been over 60 Swedish companies operating in Vietnam, including big names such as ABB, Electrolux, SKF and Tetra Pak. In the recent press conference on celebrating for the 5th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Vietnam and Sweden, organized in late January 2014, Swedish Ambassador to Vietnam, Ms. Camilla Mellander, revealed that in 2014, two countries agreed to double bilateral trade volume compared to last year to $2 billion. Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam. Sweden was the first Western country that established the diplomatic relations to Vietnam, and 2014 marks the 40 years of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Sweden, and also a new page of economic cooperation between two countries. So we'll discuss further about this topic with our special guest today, Ms. Camilla Mellander, Swedish Ambassador to Vietnam. So firstly, thank you, Ms. Mellander, very much for joining us on Sharing Vietnam today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
So how long have you been working on this mission as the Swedish Ambassador to Vietnam?
I arrived 1.5 years ago, and it's been amazing 1.5 years, I must say. Vietnam is a beautiful country. I really enjoy being here.
So 2014 would mark the 45 years of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Sweden. So I guess it would be a very busy and exciting year for you.
That's true, and I'm really looking forward to it. We have a really good team working at the embassy, and we're also working together with the ministries of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism and Ministry of Information and Communication to make this a grand year. And we are planning to have one big event per month, and I'm really excited.
Yes, and in a greeting letter on the Swedish Embassy's website, you noted that the core of the Vietnam-Sweden future relationship would be on commercial and trade. So can you explain more about this?
Well, Sweden is ranked according to a global index as the 5th most competitive economy in the world. And we've built a lot of our wealth in Sweden on innovations. And we think that by increasing our trade with Vietnam, there will also be a transfer of technology. So we are actually strengthening our team when it comes to trade promotion. So we have Business Sweden now working at the Swedish Embassy, and we also have a team on trade promotion and cultural promotion, and they're working together. And we've already had 3 big delegations here in Vietnam on health and on transportation and on green technology solutions. And we think there's a great potential because these are the areas where we think there is also demand in Vietnam for Swedish products and Swedish companies.
So what kind of activities would be held to promote the business cooperation between Vietnam and Swedish businesses?
Yes, we will focus on that throughout the year, and we are planning to have a big event at the end of the year focusing on the Nobel Prize, which is a Swedish prize, and on innovations. But we're also planning to have something on ICT, because there are a lot of Swedish innovations in the area of ICT. Skype, for example, is a Swedish innovation. And the computer mouse is a Swedish innovation. And Sweden is also quite big in gaming. A lot of computer games are Swedish, for example, Minecraft. So we want to have an event where we bring Swedish companies here that want to show innovations, that maybe want to source to Vietnam, that want to show the computer game products they have, and to do that together with a Vietnamese partner.
Established in Vietnam in 1993, ABB has set a foothold in Vietnam in power and automation technologies that enable utility and industry customers to improve their performance while lowering the environment impact. The Swedish company has participated in several big projects in Vietnam, such as the $400 million Masan Núi Phao mining project, with more than 90% of the electrical equipment from ABB, or the $10 billion Formosa Hà Tĩnh Steel project, delivery of electrical substations with GIS switchgear for approximately $50 million.
For our products in power technology and in automation, there is of course, Vietnam is of course a great market, and there is a lot of need for these products. We of course appreciate when the infrastructure, when there are investments in infrastructure, when the investments, let's say, take place as scheduled, when there's predictable investments in infrastructure. So this is where our products go, and this is where we really see that there is a good and strong future also for our products in the future.
In late 2013, ABB Vietnam joined many other Swedish companies such as Volvo Bus Vietnam, Scania, CAPS Vietnam in a discussion with local provinces to express their interest in supporting transportation system development in Vietnam. With strong expertise in green technology, they could supply Vietnam businesses and government with renewable energy, traffic safety and environment-friendly transportation system solutions. This is a potential area for Swedish technology businesses to develop in Vietnam.
We see the potential is very strong potential, and apart from the traditional products and traditional solutions that ABB can deliver, we see the market is now developing in renewable energies, energy recovery, energy efficiency and smart grids. And we see this is the future of the business that we have to do, and also for the country. We want to live in cleaner, prettier cities, so this is why we want to try and develop energy efficiency in Vietnam.
According to a research paper by Bearing Point Consultants, 85% of Swedish companies have implemented green supply chain initiatives. The strength of Swedish companies is also in line with Vietnam's green growth strategy and would be very useful for Vietnam to head towards sustainable development. However, Swedish businesses remain concerned about Vietnam's business environment.
Last year, to be honest, I saw less of interest from Sweden than I expected. Might be the reason with the troubles that's been facing with non-performing loans, the state-owned enterprises, revitalizing the financial system, make it easier with the equitization of state-owned enterprises, so forth. We know the challenges. But all in all, to tackle those and increase the trade, I mean, that does not only apply to Sweden, it applies to the majority of the countries. It's really also to look into these free trade agreements, work within the transparency issues. Being transparent will really improve the best for the best.
Therefore, Vietnam needs to work hard on this transparency issue and business conditions to attract more and more Swedish businesses to the country. Welcome back to Sharing Vietnam and continue our conversation with the special guest today, Ms. Mellander, Swedish Ambassador to Vietnam. So you mentioned a lot of activities relating to games, solutions, green solutions and technology, etc. So are these the major industries that Vietnam and Sweden would focus on promoting cooperation in 2014?
I think we can support Vietnamese industries in thinking green. Swedish companies do think green, and it's actually a competitive advantage. In Europe, people want to buy products that they know are produced in an environmental friendly way, and also products that are produced where the people working in the factories actually enjoy a good quality of life. And these companies use this as a competitive advantage. So we think that maybe there could be something that Swedish companies could bring to Vietnamese companies. But also, as I said before, on innovations and transfer of technology, I think that's also an important area.
So in mid-January 2014, the Swedish Ministry of Foreign Affairs has set up a Business and Development Council in a move to promote the bilateral trade between Sweden and 7 countries, including Vietnam. So what's your comment on this move?
Well, I think it's a very wise move, and Vietnam is a very interesting market for Sweden and Swedish companies. Asia in general, I mean, this is where you have the economic growth at the moment. So this is a way of promoting further trade ties between Sweden and Vietnam. So I think working together with Business Sweden, with my staff, with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, with the companies, this will be a successful recipe for the future.
So in your opinion, how can businesses from two countries can benefit from this move?
Yeah, I mean, that's the idea, how they will find partners. That can be matchmaking sessions to see where there is a demand in Vietnam and where there's something maybe that Sweden has to offer, or the other way around. We also welcome, of course, Vietnamese companies to invest in Sweden.
Sweden is a very strong economy with export value makes up to 50% of GDP. However, Vietnam is still beyond Sweden's top export market. So in your opinion, what should be improved to make Vietnamese market a more attractive place for Swedish businesses?
Swedish products are of very good quality, but they also come with a bit of a high price. But what I would like to say to Vietnamese buyers is that if you buy Swedish products and you look at the life cycle, this product will last forever. For example, Volvo trucks. These will last for 20, 30 years compared to if you buy a cheaper product from some other country. So I think when you make a decision to buy something, you should look at the life cycle, the cost of the product, and then you see that Swedish products are very competitive. So I think we need to promote that a little bit more to the Vietnamese buyers, because I think sometimes there's a tendency you want to buy what is cheapest at a given moment, but you don't look ahead. And I think we do have a lot of green products that would be very suitable for Vietnam and fit very well into the green growth strategy of Vietnam. So I think that there's going to be a win-win situation for both.
2014 will also see a new page of development because actually the bilateral development cooperation between Vietnam and Sweden has ended by 2013. So how will Sweden continue to support Vietnam in this field?
So yes, it's true. The bilateral development cooperation has come to an end, but Sweden is one of the biggest multilateral donors. So we are very big donors to the United Nations, to the World Bank, to ABB and so forth. So we are still giving, but through multilateral organizations. So that's how we will continue supporting Vietnam. And then, of course, hopefully with technology transfer from our Swedish companies that are already based here, a lot of them. But we want to attract even more.
And the final question, what will you expect from the economic cooperation between Vietnam and Sweden in this year, 2014?
I expect an increased volume of trade in both directions. Hope that we will be able to have a number of Swedish companies sourcing here in Vietnam. I hope that we will be able to start shipping business here in Vietnam. I hope that we will continue expanding the fashion industry here in Vietnam. So those are some of the things that I think could happen in the year of the horse 2014.
Yes. So once again, thank you, Ms. Mellander, for your sharing, and good luck to your mission here in Vietnam.
Well, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, so that's a wrap for Sharing Vietnam today. Stay tuned with the amazing images on the Vietnam-Sweden economic cooperation over the years. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or recommendations, please send us an email to sharingvietnam@vtc.vn. Goodbye and see you next time.